Hey, Dr. Huntington here. So here's how you can enjoy your Thanksgiving meal without blowing up the health of your body. So Thanksgiving Day, kicks off the start of like a 6-week holiday season that sees the average person gain 7 to 10 pounds. So here are some tips that'll help you so that you don't blow it up on the very first day of that 6-week holiday season. First, start off Thanksgiving Day with a fast. So that would mean that your last meal should be no later than 7 p.m. on the Wednesday evening before Thanksgiving Day. And your first meal on Thursday, Thanksgiving, will be no earlier than 11 a.m. And that will give you at least a 16-hour fast. And what fasting does is it gets your hormones into fat burning mode. Also on Thursday morning, while you fast, get some light exercise, because this will help to get your metabolism going. That exercise should be very light, if you're not accustomed to fasting. Now, many towns have like a turkey trot or like a bike ride around the park, or you can hit the gym or just go for a walk. If you're not up to fasting, then what you want to do is eat a high-fat breakfast, with some protein, something like eggs and an avocado. Or you could do like a superfood shake, with coconut milk, sugar-free almond butter, throw some greens in there, maybe a quarter cup of berries. Now, if you do fast, and what I mean by this is, if you don't eat this high-fat breakfast, soon after you wake up, if you eat your first meal, sometime later in the day, like let's say on Thanksgiving Day, you eat your first meal at 10 or 11 or maybe noon because you're fasting, then what you do is you eat this high-fat meal at that time. So you just shift that high-fat breakfast, if you're fasting, till when you eat your first meal. So eggs and avocado are perfect. Or eggs and bacon, right? Like healthy bacon, that is, right? Or a piece of salmon would do. You see, the healthy fat in these kinds of foods, they keep you satiated. It makes you less likely to, overeat or binge eat on the high carb foods later in the day. If your house is filled with appetizers, in the time leading up to the big meal, stick to the veggies. And really, anything that is mostly fat and protein is what you want. I don't normally recommend cheese because so many people are sensitive to it, but if you do eat cheese, it's high in fat and protein, so it meets the criteria for this purpose. But remember, we're not talking about some like artificial cheese dip that has 5 ingredients that you can't even pronounce. If you eat cheese, ideally it's made from raw organic milk, and it's from a pasture-raised animal. Now, when it comes to the big meal, what you want to do is fill your plate with turkey, and vegetables, and then more vegetables, right? But not white potato. Turkey and veggies should, make up most of your plate. And if your stuffing is a tradition in your house, and you just can't skip the stuffing, make your own that's gluten-free, with lots of veggies so that the stuffing is really vegetable dense. And make sure the gravy that you have with your meal is gluten-free as well. You can include sweet potato on your plate, but definitely skip the marshmallow topping on those sweet potatoes. Okay, so that's the easy part, and now it's time to confront the dessert table. Or not, because you could skip the desserts. But if you want to have a dessert, you should go for a recipe that is low carb and gluten-free. And for me, it'll be dairy-free as well. You can find tons of recipes by doing a Google search. Just search keto desserts or paleo desserts, or paleo Thanksgiving desserts, or any one of those combinations. Now, if you've hit the big 4-0 in terms of your age, if you're 40 or older, you should be taking digestive enzymes with every meal. And I cover that pretty extensively in other videos. So definitely take your digestive enzymes with your Thanksgiving meal, because the enzymes will help you to break down and absorb the nutrients, which is what you want. You don't want the food sitting there and rotting. And they'll help you to prevent you from feeling, like bloated and gassy, or getting super tired. A lot of that stuff, a lot of those symptoms show up because the food's not being properly broken down. A lifetime of poor food choices, which is unfortunately common for a lot of us, along with the unavoidable, the aging process, right, results in your body producing less enzymes. So it's really important to supplement them, after the age of 35 or 40. At BodyManual.com, look up the product called Digestive Enzymes. That formula gives you the support of, a dozen enzymes in one capsule. Now, since healthy digestion is critical, if you want to experience good health, it's worth noting that many people have a condition called leaky gut. And it's common in people who eat gluten, and too many refined carbs. What happens is that when you have leaky gut, undigested food particles and bacteria and other toxins actually leak out of your digestive tract and get into your bloodstream, causing all sorts of health problems, including poor digestion and food allergies, right, which are becoming more and more evident, right, in the population today as compared to maybe 30 years ago. Leaky gut's also linked to obesity and even some forms of cancer. The way to prevent further damage to your gut is to establish a healthy diet. And that starts for most people with eliminating gluten and limiting the grains. And to address the damage that's already there in your gut, which is the case for most people, right? They have some degree of damage. I developed a product called Leaky Gut Support, which contains specific nutrients that support gut health and repair. So that's a product that can help you improve your digestion and support the overall health of your body. Now, my last tip on managing Thanksgiving Day is don't wait until after Thanksgiving to start making better choices. Because making good health choices is an everyday activity. And when when you've really built up that health bank account, and what I mean by that is, when you've really gotten your body into good health, right? And your diet and other lifestyle choices that you're making, they really are helping you experience really good or great health. Then at that point, you can afford to fall off the wagon a bit and eat something that's not normally on a healthy menu, right? Occasionally, like on a holiday. But until you're there, make healthy choices every chance that you get, so that looking into the future, each year on Thanksgiving Day, you can thank yourself, for the good health that you have. All right, happy Thanksgiving.